Consider the possibility that the daily noise of trending topics, viral outrage, and immediate algorithmic consensus isn't actually real, that you are merely watching shadows projected on a wall. We live in an era of constant digital connection, yet our society is navigating a wave of crushing isolation that has no historical parallel. There is a specific group of people hit hardest by this paradox. These are the highly reflective, introspective individuals we often call deep thinkers. For this demographic, modern social interaction provides no cure for loneliness. It causes active exhaustion because their minds are searching for reality and an ecosystem optimized for shadows. This specific isolation is a physical reality. It is the natural result of an ancient brain trying to navigate a world that was never designed for its specific needs. We are witnessing the effects of evolutionary mismatch. For roughly 200,000 years, human neurological development moved at a slow, stable pace. That progress has now been outpaced by the sudden, vertical spike in digital social acceleration over the last 2 decades. Our biological hardware has not evolved fast enough to process the modern environments we have constructed. The deep thinker's isolation is a biological tax paid by a brain that is literally out of sync with its surroundings. To see how this mismatch works, we have to look at the ancestral baseline. The human brain evolved on the ancient savanna, operating within small, nomadic bands of roughly 50 to 150 people navigating a dangerous natural world. In that environment, the ultimate rule of survival was mathematical. Social cohesion ensured collective life. Expulsion or exile from the group resulted in certain death. Consequently, the human brain developed a ruthlessly efficient alarm system. It rewards group conformity with hits of dopamine and punishes ideological divergence with severe stress. Yet, even within those ancient, tightly bound tribes, there was a designated place for the contemplative mind. These were the individuals who recognized complex patterns, questioned the status quo, and helped guide the group through an unpredictable world. This ancient deep thinking had direct social utility. Because the group was small and intimate, complex or divergent thoughts actually secured the thinker's inclusion and respect, rather than isolating them. Our entire neurological architecture was built to find safety in small, highly knowable groups, where even intellectual outliers possessed a vital, integrated purpose. Now, take that tribal architecture and drop it into the modern digital environment. Instead of the intimacy of 50 people, we are surrounded by infinite anonymous crowds, driven by algorithmic systems that force rapid, shallow consensus. This text outlines the Savanna Theory of Happiness. For the vast majority, frequent socialization in high-density environments strongly correlates with increased life satisfaction. But there is a crucial anomaly. For highly intelligent or contemplative individuals, frequent socialization is actually associated with lower life satisfaction. Modern socialization actively exhausts the deep thinker because digital algorithms weaponize our ancient conformity instinct. They demand a speed of reaction and a simplification of ideas that the contemplative mind instinctively rejects. This creates a punishing behavioral loop. Deep thinkers quickly learn to mask their true thoughts to survive daily social friction. They perform the required consensus while burying their intellectual depth. The modern deep thinker feels alienated because they are forced to spend their cognitive energy managing an exhausting gap, the space between their complex internal reality and the shallow external performance required to belong. Chronic loneliness acts as an internal metric for the contemplative mind. It indicates that your social nervous system has detected an environment that lacks the depth your cognition requires to thrive. This exact form of isolation is heavily documented throughout history. We see it consistently among highly conscious individuals who chose to confront existential realities rather than accepting shared illusions. Philosophical thinkers have long understood that separating your mind from the crowd and questioning collective assumptions inevitably produces severe psychological friction. This isolation is the mandatory overhead cost of possessing a mind that insists on processing the world in high resolution. If you recognize yourself in this, stop pathologizing your social friction. Stop compressing your intellect just to fit into physical or digital rooms that are optimized for speed over substance. Instead, seek out those rare environments, or those rare single individuals where the performance of consensus can finally stop. When you find those connections, fiercely protect them. Stepping out of the illusion and into the sunlight requires a difficult trade. The temporary loneliness of searching for something real is the only alternative to the comfort of the shadows.